Chair recognizes Mr. Davis from Illinois.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I also want to thank you and Ranking Member Connolly.
If the gentleman could speak into the microphone so we can hear.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I also want to thank you and Ranking Member Connolly for letting me participate in today's hearing. I also want to thank all of the witnesses. I served some time as a city councilman, so I know what it looks like to be mayor and what happens. Thank you for your service. As a proud Chicagoan, I stand in support of our city's locally elected leaders, namely Mayor Brandon Johnson, who could be back home serving the residents of Chicago, but instead is here before us today, preserving and protecting the sovereignty of the city of Chicago as a welcoming and humane city. At a time when immigrants are being blanketly labeled as criminals and targeted haphazardly to fuel the Trump-Musk administration's PR-orientated deportation stunt, I'm proud that since the enactment of the Illinois Trust Act in 2017, the state of Illinois, Cook County, and the city of Chicago have maintained an ongoing commitment to welcoming those in need, including those that have endured persecution abroad and pressed their way across borders, looking and longing for a better life for themselves and their families. I think we all agree that immigration has long played an integral role in the development of American society, culture, and its economy. In recognition of such, the city of Chicago is holding true to its values. As Mayor Johnson has stated on several occasions, that Chicago, and I quote, will remain a welcoming city, end of quotation, despite recent and repeated threats and attempts of coercion from the current administration to do otherwise. Likewise, H.R. 32, the supposed No Bailout for Sanctuary Cities Act that undergirds today's hearing, is drafted in the same threatening, intrusive, and non-constructive manner, as the measure unfairly calls for welcoming jurisdictions to be stripped of federal funding that we just heard often goes towards supporting critical public safety initiatives and local programming needs. In fact, I would commend that the bill as drafted infringes on the constitutional balance of power between states and the federal government and will cause more harm than help if enacted. So, Mr. Mayor Johnson of Chicago, the Windy City, the city of the big shoulders, would you share with this committee what principles and concepts guide your thoughts and actions as you go about your task of being mayor for all of these people in Chicago?
Thank you very much, Congressman Davis, for your leadership, and it's good to see my neighbor here today. You know, look, the city of Chicago, we reflect and we represent the best part of America. It's a diverse city, again, a city that was established by a Black Haitian immigrant and a Potawatomi woman, a city that has invited immigrants from around the world, a city that was built by the formerly enslaved, my ancestors. And it's a very proud moment to not only represent the city of Chicago, but it is my honor. What we've experienced over the last 20 months since I've been in office, first of all, the city of Chicago is safer. We have violent crime has gone down in the city of Chicago. by over 20% just this year alone. We've invested in housing. We've invested in mental health care. We've invested in youth employment. We've invested in our overall community safety plan, 200 more detectives to solve crime. We are headed in the right direction, and I'm grateful for your leadership, and I will look for this body to continue to support these efforts for all of our cities.